Up+Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up+Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Thank you for being Up+Adam. My name is Adam Montiel. We continue with Artober, celebrating all month long with the city of SLO. Coming up today, he built a functioning thrust vectoring system for a rocket, then went to teach comedy downtown San Luis Obispo with the Central Coast Comedy Theater. How does an engineer become a leader in the local improv scene? Dane Larkin, director of the Central Coast Comedy Theater, is going to join us to talk about mental health through laughter, the science of stage presence, and why Artober is no joke when it comes to community. Before we get into our chat, I want to thank our friends at Life Elements for being Up+Adam. Hidden in the back corner of a plaza in Atascadero, a woman literally practicing wellness alchemy. Life Elements is where you can walk in, see Martha in real time whipping stuff up, maybe even leave with a little something she whipped up for you, a lotion, a stick, a spray, I don't know, tincture you didn't know you needed. Everything is small batch, cruelty-free, made with real healing in mind. Think arnica, calendula, magnesium, broad spectrum CBD. It is no wonder their relief stick is a bestseller across the country. I mean, these guys are known all over the world, and they're right out of here, right out of Atascadero. You can shop their products. You can head into their spot, 7425 El Camino Real, Suite O, back in that right corner of the plaza. LifeElements.com. Use the promo code Adam. Save 15%. Support local and let your wellness meet its maker.
It's Up+Adam with Adam Montiel.
All right, he once engineered a thrust vectoring system for a rocket. Now he's steering the Central Coast Comedy Theater right here in San Luis Obispo. Dane Larkin is the director and a founding board member of the Central Coast Comedy Theater, a nonprofit dedicated to mental health, community, and connection through the performing arts. From teaching improv to building a culture of creativity in SLO, he is a part of what is making Artober come alive. Dane, man, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being Up+Adam.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm excited to learn about the Central Coast Comedy Theater. I mean, how long has this organization been a thing? How long have you been in it? Because, you know, as soon as, and there's a couple of the people too where they go, Central Coast Comedy Theater. I'm like, oh, what's that? I'm like, I know, isn't that cool? So I'm excited to learn more about it.
Yeah, this event with the city at the Artober is awesome because we're just getting the message out there because we've been around for 9 years now. We just celebrated 9 years. And then 2 as a nonprofit now. It's crazy to me that like we still are trying to get people to know about it because the people who do know about it are like avid fans and they keep coming to classes, they keep coming to shows. Like once you get in, you're hooked.
Awareness is key, certainly. So it's certainly cool that Artober is allowing more awareness, really casting that wider net.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I want to start getting into your mechanical engineering stuff first or the comedy stuff first, because it's so interesting how you've kind of, this bridge between engineering and improvisational comedy. How did you kind of bridge those two things?
Well, and at the end of my 30s, I was actually kind of changing things up, and I wanted to reinvent myself. I was very isolated, and this is a story that I tell to almost all of my fundamentals classes because I think it gives a lot of perspective of where I'm coming from. So whenever I was looking for something because I was getting very anxious. I was like a typical STEM student where you're like brilliant, but like social settings are really, really hard.
Right.
And just like pulling teeth basically. And I was getting to the point where I was just scared to going to Costco was a big deal. I mean, it's still like overwhelming sometimes when you go on a Sunday, but like I was
for other reasons though.
Yeah. But like I was just second guessing every single thing that I would say whenever I was in even family gathering.
You felt socially awkward.
Oh, absolutely.
And you really, I mean, because this is quite a polar opposite to someone who feels like that introverted, socially awkward, do I belong here in this room? Yeah. You went to the opposite end of the pool and said, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to do improv comedy.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, but I think that I was always an extrovert. But I had some pretty traumatic experiences with some jerks.
Yeah, got it.
And so that kind of like put me back in like my shell and made me afraid to be the extrovert. And then when I started doing improv, it was like unlocking that and letting me be me again. Yeah.
How exciting is that?
Yeah, it really is awesome.
And how long have you been doing that for?
So I started about 8 years ago. Yeah, with Sabrina, and we were just in the attic of a salon with all of these dummies with hair that people had been trimming, and it was a interesting place, but we made it our own. And
what is it about laughing and comedy that really ignites you?
There's so many things. I think the most important thing is that it's just a good, helpful, like well-being exercise. We know that like people should go to the gym, and we know that people should do this on a regular basis. We don't think about like people need to laugh on a regular basis, and if you're not doing it, you will have side effects.
Right.
And I mean, I think that's why like mental health is such a like exploding issue lately, and everybody's dealing with it because we're very isolated.
And it's become a mission of the nonprofit that, you guys just said a couple of years ago, you became a nonprofit in mental health and supporting through access to performing arts. I mean, it's brilliant. That's more than comedy. It's really like care work. How have you seen improv act as a lifeline, not just for maybe students or audiences, but maybe even for you?
Well, I've got a couple different answers for that. For me, it changed everything. Obviously, like I was very isolated and very unhappy, and now, I mean, I don't want to say this to be like conceited or whatever, but like I'm like the most popular person in my gym. Like I love going to Kennedy now because like I am like celebrity almost, and it's not because I'm pretty ripped, but but I think it's because of just the way I'm being, I'm being open and inviting, and people want to talk to me, and like I want to talk to them, and if they don't want to talk to me, that's cool. We do our headphone down, like head down thing. It's all good.
So you kind of went through a little transformation in a way, and this kind of was that. Was a vehicle for you to do that.
Absolutely.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So like a couple of the other things that I've noticed, multiple people just making a similar transformation as I am. But some of the work that I'm like so proud of right now is we're working with Cap Slow and putting on a monthly improv exercise for an hour, and the people there like love it.
Do they get into it?
Oh yeah.
That's great. I love that.
It's so like
it's therapy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gets people like doing new things, because one of the biggest traps is that we'll fall into routines, and you fall into that routine and you kind of like get stuck in it.
Yeah.
And improv is great for breaking out of those routines.
That's cool that you guys are doing it. It's almost like, for a long time, people have been going and doing things like at, homes where folks maybe are seniors and they're living on premise or things like that. So I think sharing those talents and sharing laughs and being able to connect like that. So talk about what Artober is with this awareness that we're giving out.
Well, before we move on, there is one more program that I want to mention.
Please mention it,
we've also been working with KidCat and doing improv out at CMC, and they have such an amazing program that has been so beneficial for the inmates out there. A lot of them are, youth lifetime offenders, so it's like they shut the door behind them, and like so a lot of them like have been working on themselves since they were a teenager, and now they're 38 plus or something, and they've got 3 degrees from like AAs. They've just transformed themselves, and they're nowhere near the person that they came in as. And one of the things that we're doing is just giving them really, really, really great communication skills, because that's really what like improv boils down to, at least at our theater, is we want two people on stage to be just communicating back and forth really quickly. And the way we do that is we just do like a ton of exercises that get you like making eye contact, getting that agreement. Hey, I'm about to say something to you. And then like saying it and making sure that they receive it, you know?
Yeah.
So I cover
Yes,
that.
and, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And in order to yes and, like, you have to actually hear the other person.
Right.
So many, I have multiple people in classes right now who they came in, they were like, man, one person in particular, and I hope she listens to this. I'd guarantee she will.
Yeah.
She said at one point, she was like, I think I might need to go like get a hearing aid. And she went to the doctor and he was like, there's nothing wrong with your hearing. And it turned out like she just wasn't listening.
Yeah.
And I find that like there are so many people in life that are missing one of these communication steps. They're throwing commands at somebody, and like that's not good communication.
Sure. And then from like the theatrical standpoint, I mean, sometimes you might just be nervous because you're in a theater setting, and I'm in a performative nature right now, and I'm almost thinking of what I'm going to say next rather than truly improvising, which is I would be listening to everything you're saying and then coming back something, afterwards. So
absolutely.
I wonder if nerves become a piece of it too, but
totally.
You're right.
We call it like being in your head because
nothing worse.
Yeah, you're just not being present though.
Yeah.
And like once you realize like if I just am ultra present with the person I'm here with, the rest of it will take care of itself.
Yeah, I love how you say that. So you have such an interesting dichotomy. You're a mechanical engineer. I think you're even teaching too.
I did teach at the beginning of the quarter.
That's pretty cool.
This year.
You are knee deep in mechanical engineering. We were talking off the air. You got 3D printers and you've like fabricated and invented things. Where does that mind end, and where does this comic seeking kind of improvisational extrovert that we're now discovering, where does that begin?
I think ironically they do go really, really well together because engineering anymore, especially with like the rise of AI, a lot of the technical aspect of it is going to disappear. And what's going to be left is the creative portion of it and the problem.
How do you feel about that? Is that cool with you being someone who's done what you've done?
For me, I'm all about AI. Because I think that we can be more with it. If we embrace it and use it, then it will like make us 10 times more effective.
Right.
But I
agree
I
with you.
totally get like people's concerns about it.
Totally.
But like also it's coming no matter what.
Yeah.
Like it's we can't stop it.
Yeah.
So
better use it, get better productivity out of it, than get swallowed up by it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that the other aspect that is really ultra beneficial to this is like teaching you techniques for being creative. And one of the things that like we work on that that you don't get in like writing or theater is that you can't plan anything. Like you have to be making it up spontaneously, and that spontaneity is great for your brain. It's gonna and then when I go to do engineering projects, then what I'm going to do is like be like, all right, for this 5 minutes, we are just going to think of all the different things that we can think of. We play like a game in improv that's like 5 things. Like you're just supposed to name 5 things as quickly as possible, and they don't have to make sense. We're trying to like just get your juices flowing.
Yeah.
And those skills like transfer over to making creative solutions to projects and problems.
Yeah.
So well.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so great. You must hear some random stuff when people
absolutely.
rattle off those 5 things. You're like,
that's when those are the ones that I love the most.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's pretty funny.
When we go like 5 things in the trunk of your car. every single time there's a body.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not the truth. But,
Right, yeah.
but
Never
yeah,
know.
it
You
always
theater
pops
guys
up.
are a little crazy. No, so good. I remember doing theater in high school, and one of my favorite parts was improv and improv Olympics exercises and things like that. So there are classes. If there are adults who want to get into this, what do you at least 18, right?
I actually have a couple people who are under 18.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you have for folks? You have the kind of people that want to get involved with you that, hey, I'd love to do some improv classes with you. I'd love to be on your team and do some of these workshops, you know? And then you have folks that, hey, I love Whose Line Is It Anyway? I love I love being a spectator and watching improv. So let's talk to both those folks and how they can get involved.
Yeah, if you want to sign up for a class, highly recommend trying it at least once, because it is like a really eye-opening experience, and it can like show you another side of you. I've done a couple like corporate workshops where I go to like businesses, and the last one, the guy reviewed it as like, I have never seen this side of people before. And I've worked with them for like 5 years.
That's great.
And I was like, wow, that's so great. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does like unlock a new side of you. And so I think the people who come to our classes come for like 3 different reasons. One is like I came a lot of the time for personal like improvement. I wanted to, better my communication skills, get out of my shell and things like that.
Be funny, make people laugh.
Yeah. And then the like second one is people just want to laugh. They're silly people. They've done improv before, maybe, or they've just been silly with their friends, and they want to do it more often, and they want to do that. And
they want organized silliness.
Absolutely. And so I think like those 2. I had a third one.
Make one up, improv.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, just personal well-being. I think is the main thing. Is a lot of people, maybe even like older people, they want something to do with a community, and this is perfect for that. It keeps you active. And
how often do you meet with your team or with the members?
So we're having like 3 classes a week right now. Cool. And then we usually have one show, at least like 3 shows a month.
Wow.
And then we have team practices like on Sundays often.
All right, Dane, we try and kind of like break down the different paths of like how someone can enjoy and really support a nonprofit like this, the Central Coast Comedy Theater. We talk about people being members and players, right, in the improv world. We talk about maybe patronizing a show and come checking out a show that you have, sometimes 3-4 a month, right? Or there's other ways, and I see the workshops you're doing. What is that relationship with the corporate end and how they can support?
Yeah. We love coming into businesses and helping your team communicate like on the next level. Like whenever a team has like laughter together, they enjoy their workday, and not only that, but they're more productive and they're more open to like sharing those like, this is a little iffy idea. And most of the time you would be like, you know what, I'm not going to share that because I'm self-conscious. But when you're like laughing together all the time, you're like, you know what? Yeah, let's just take a shot at this. So if you want us to like come into your job and, liven things up, or just need like a stress relief, we would love to get together with you and set something up.
That's cool.
Yeah, we've done like classes for, whole departments at Cal Poly. I did one down for the Santa Maria Truck Center. And yeah, we've got a lot of like great like reviews.
Was like a half-day thing, or what do you do?
I usually do like a couple hours, like 2 or 3 hours, but if you can't like manage to do that, we could do like an hour thing every week or something,
right.
like it's, and I guarantee like the benefits that you would see out of it are huge.
Yeah, morale, productivity.
Yeah,
just people being more connected.
Yeah.
Now, we're just coming out of an open house you had.
Yeah.
Tell what did people do there that day?
It was a blast. We had different instructors. They were teaching different workshops. We just had like, hey, for this hour, this guy's going to teach. And anybody could come and show up and just participate, get their first taste of.
That's a cool experience. And how, let's say they missed that, but they want to learn more. How do they find more about you?
Absolutely. You can always go to our website. We have 2 domain names right now, centralcoastcomedytheater.com, which is super long, or you can just go to cccomedy.org. And that's way shorter.
Yeah.
That's our newer one since we just turned into a nonprofit a couple years ago.
That's got to be cool. The benefits of becoming a nonprofit. People can support you.
It is.
Write it off and know that they're doing something good in the community.
Yes. I would highly encourage people to do that because those programs like KidCat and Caps Low, we want to do more of that sort of stuff. So if you know another nonprofit who would love our help, please support us, and we can provide more benefits to the people of San Luis Obispo.
Yeah. Well, I love it, man. A happy Artober to you and yours. It'd be fun to come and check out one of your classes or shows.
Yeah.
And folks can go to the website, and whether you want to learn more about becoming a player or learn more about taking a workshop, or you want to be in the audience and you could sit down, and you guys are doing this at the Bunker.
Yeah.
It's a great venue. I love it. It's right here in the Lowbro, right around the corner from here.
Yep. Yeah. Also, if you want updates on our shows and stuff, we do have Facebook and Instagram. CCComedy.org is our new Facebook. We had to reboot it.
Oh no, did you get locked out?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It was a long time coming. Yeah. I think it's been going on for 3 or 4 years, just losing control over. Yeah.
What are some kind of fun? What's a fun improv game that people can do with their friends around a fire, around a table? You and I here, just something that someone can do that's just kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 5 things is a fun warm up exercise. But one of the things that I would suggest is trying to do one word at a time stories, where you get to say a word, I get to say a word, and together we're going to come up with a story.
Wow.
So if we were to be once
upon
a
time
there
once
was
a
bunny
named
Jeff
who
was
opposite
of
anything
that
you'd
ever
expect.
Excellent. Yeah. And we would just keep going on with that. And
I know all about Jeff the Bunny now.
Yeah.
So good.
So yeah, that's just a good one for you and a partner to get on the same page with,
that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. You have to be constantly listening and don't get too ahead of yourself.
No, you can't. You got to listen.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when you see you'll trip up. You can't get too ahead of yourself. Yeah. Well, this has been so much fun, Dane. Really appreciate
Thanks so much for having me.
What you're doing. Your story is really interesting too. This mechanical engineer. When I Googled you and found your LinkedIn and stuff, did you do rocket science stuff in school and all that?
Yeah. I mean, my senior project was rocket thrust vectoring, which is now the core thing of all the SpaceX rockets, you know.
No way.
And so I had a lot of experience just prototyping that for a small company here in SLO. And
that's pretty cool because I was, when I was Googling you and trying to figure out anything I could about you to ask you some thoughtful questions. And I get some of this, and I get your whole, the 70-page PDF on vector thrusting.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I'm let me see if I can ask him a question here. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Whenever I was doing it and I would have to take apart the whole system and rewire it, I would be it's not rocket mechanics or what, it's not rocket surgery. Yeah. So everybody's oh, it's rocket science, brain surgery. Those are the 2 things. It's not rocket surgery.
Right. Yeah. Great to have you in here. Thanks for coming in and stopping by and sharing what you guys are doing with the Central Coast Comedy Theater, man. Thanks for being Up and Adam.
Thank you for having me, Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
All right, head to CentralCoastComedyTheater.com. We'll link everything in the show notes. Thanks to Dane for the wit, the work, and for being part of Artober and Up and Adam. All right, tomorrow is Friday, so looking forward to that. Thanks to Moonshiner Collective for being original music on the show called Start Again. MoonshinerCollective.com. Thanks to Tamber Winery for giving us the Lowbro Studios at Tamber. Recorded an interview yesterday. Cannot wait to show you. It's going to be a big one. A big one, baby. Oh, yeah. Talk about that one soon. I don't want to even let it out of the bag yet. Very soon. So thanks to our friends at Tamber for giving us the Tamber Lowbro Studios, tamberwinery.com. Thank you to you for rating, reviewing, and subscribing to this podcast, letting a friend know what's going on here. It means an absolute ton. Till tomorrow, it'll be Friday. Feeling it. Have a great day. Thank you for being Up and Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again. Let's start again.